So if you're anything like me, you probably have just a ton of unfinished beats on your computer, unfinished songs, and for some reason, you just can't finish everything. And I had the same issue for literally like 5 months, but I've slowly been able to get out of that. So I just want to share with you guys kind of how I did it and how hopefully you can as well. First thing is skill. Like, you might just not have the skills yet in order to finish a song or finish a beat. Because I can't tell you how many times when I first started kind of transitioning into making songs that I would start a song and it would sound like pretty good and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is the one, I'm finally gonna finish a song. And then I'd be like, I have no fucking idea what to do next. And when that happened, I just realized, oh, I was just kind of guessing and hoping for the best. I didn't actually have any idea of what I was doing. But one thing I can say that has been very helpful for me is if I have one area that I feel is very weak, is to literally just watch as many videos as possible on it. Like, even watch videos that I think I'll know what to do and how to do it, because there's usually always like one or two things that you can learn from there. And eventually you might land on a thing that's kind of just the missing piece. So that's just what worked for me. And some of you are probably like, bro, I need help with everything. Well then honestly, you just gotta learn everything. It's gonna take a long ass time, but you'll figure it out eventually. Now, this is probably what I would say is the number one reason why people don't finish music, why they don't release music, and kind of one of the most challenging things to get over, as it's, I guess, very mental. It's still something I have to kind of push myself to get over. That is, you know, being concerned with what other people think or what other people might say. That could be, oh, maybe you think they'll think that you suck or you're not very good, whatever. And if they say that, then boom, your dreams are shattered or whatever. And that one for me is not the main one, because I think my music sounds pretty good. But for me, the main thing is more so my music is very like personal. First song I ever released, Distortion, that one was hard to release just because it was basically about me being depressed, etc., growing up. And I don't know, it's not something I really had talked about to people or anything like that. But when I created the song, and whenever I create music, I don't know what it is, but I feel like all the things I wouldn't normally talk about just kind of like pour out of me, and I can't say anything else. Being like that vulnerable was kind of difficult, and so it took a really long time to release that one. And same thing kind of happened with the song I'm getting ready to release. Basically what I'm trying to say, though, because I realize I haven't really said kind of what has kind of got me over it. If I feel like what I'm doing is true and honest to me, then honestly, just fuck it. Just drop it. And that's really it. It's not like a secret formula or anything like that.
YOLO!
Alright, so next one is overthinking it. And I don't know if it's because I started as a producer that I just overthink every single thing possible and spend way too much time on just making one sound kind of pop out or do this or that or whatever. Everything doesn't have to be extraordinarily perfect. Like, imperfections in a song, you can almost kind of make the song. Let's just take drums for example. Now, if you have a live drummer playing, he's not playing perfectly on time. It's like literally impossible. But there's like slight variations in how he's playing. And if you take those same drums and put them in FL Studios or something and put them like perfectly on the grid, I guarantee the actual drummer is going to sound better, because those imperfections are what make things kind of sound human. And same goes for like a piano player, etc. And then in addition to that, and honestly this might be the most important thing I say all day, is when you're making music, at least for me I've noticed, rather than thinking of all the steps that you have ahead of you after you finish a song, like you might be thinking, how am I going to promote this song? How am I going to get it mixed? How am I going to get it mastered if you don't do that on your own? And just all these other things, how am I going to do the artwork, etc. Just push that to the side and just focus on making the music when you're making the music. It's going to be a lot more enjoyable. You're going to feel a lot more free. At least I do. I don't really know how you'll feel, to be honest, but I would assume it should be pretty similar. And I actually did that like a week or so ago. Originally, I was just cooking up with my bank, lost again, just like a multi-kit, and I just wanted to do a video kind of showing the sounds and what can be created with that. And so I went into it just like, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of create something that sounds cool. I made a beat. I really liked how it sounded, and I chopped it up a little bit, and I liked how it sounded even more. And I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just add some vocal assists or whatever. And as I was adding vocals, like the lyrics just kind of like poured out of me. And although the song was like really short, I ended up just dropping it as a song because I was like, you know what? I like this. Fuck it. Let's just drop it. So yeah, here's that song if you want to hear it. But hopefully this was helpful for you. And hopefully if you make music, this will help you drop more. Peace.